when a former police dog sniffed something suspicious near a tree and began barking incessantly. His owner, alarmed, immediately called the police. All available officers arrived at the scene, and what they found inside the hollow trunk was shocking, revealing a terrible secret. Chase, a retired police dog, enjoyed unusual freedoms due to his owner Ethan's complete trust. Running loose in the forest without a leash was a regular routine for him, exploring the surroundings freely and always returning at Ethan's call. However, that day, Chase was more agitated than usual. Suddenly, something prompted him to dash off. Ethan, surprised, called out and gave commands for him to come back. But for the first time since adopting him, the dog did not respond. Chase ran forward, growling, leaving Ethan behind trying to catch up with him. Ethan found Chase barking intensely at a large dead tree. Perplexed and not understanding the reason, Ethan trusted Chase's training and was sure the dog had found something, though he didn't know what it could be. Unwilling to call the police without clear information, Ethan decided to investigate on his own. He tried to peel a piece of bark from the tree without success, then looked around and found a sharp stone. Using the stone, he struck the bark until it opened, revealing what was hidden inside. While he was hitting the tree, something shocking happened. Ethan heard the sound of something fall into the ground. Looking closely, he saw a hand. Filled with fear, Ethan jumped back and realized he needed to call the police. He could hardly believe he was involved in such a strange situation. Initially, the police did not understand what Ethan was saying, but after he explained that he was Chase's new owner and that the dog had found something, they decided to send his former partner, Jackson, to lead the investigation. Ethan shared the coordinates, and the moment Jackson heard that Chase had detected something, he rushed to the location. Chase had been Jackson's faithful partner for many years, and the bond between them remained strong. The last case they solved together was extremely difficult.
They fell into an ambush and both were injured, with Chase getting hurt while protecting Jackson.
This incident led to Chase's retirement from the police force while Jackson was hospitalized. Without Jackson's knowledge, Chase was put up for adoption, which was a devastating blow for him as he wasn't even informed who had adopted the dog. Now, having the opportunity to say goodbye to Chase was something Jackson deeply longed for. As soon as Jackson arrived at the forest, he immediately recognized Chase's distinctive barks. Approaching, he gave the command for the dog to stop barking. As soon as Chase heard Jackson's voice, he turned around and ran to his former partner, jumping and licking him with a joy that went beyond usual training. Ethan approached to explain what they had found in the forest. Jackson went to the tree and quickly called for more police to isolate the area and open the tree without compromising evidence. He watched intently as the team opened the tree, revealing a series of shocking objects inside. They found a body inside. However, the most surprising thing was not just the presence of the body, but the fact that the person was dressed in a blood-stained police uniform. The tag said Mike, but there was something strange. Upon being removed, the team discovered several objects and a body that was actually a CPR dummy. However, the uniform was real, and the blood was human. This case raised many questions, and Jackson was determined to solve them. For that, he would need the help of his old partner, Chase. Jackson put the clothes in an evidence bag for Chase to sniff, and the dog immediately began tracking. It was as if Chase had never stopped working. He followed a path through the forest, and, after 10 minutes, stopped in a clearing, indicating the source of the scent. Jackson examined the area and found tire tracks on the ground. The person who placed the dummy there had probably arrived by car. They made a cast of the tire marks to compare with vehicles that came up in the investigation. Back at the station, Jackson began searching for police officers named Mike. The team reported the type of blood found at the scene, and Jackson realized it matched the blood of former police officer Mike, recently dismissed. He couldn't understand why they found a dummy with the ex-officer's blood, but not the officer himself. The police captain called him in and initially gave Chase a disdainful look, then turned to Jackson, informing him that they needed to step away from Mike's case. Another precinct would take over the case to avoid potential conflicts of interest, as Mike had been dismissed from the department. But something told Jackson that there was more to this story than met the eye. Despite promising the captain he would back off, Jackson continued his tireless search for the truth. He discovered that Mike's grandfather had a hidden cabin in the woods, perfect for hiding. With Chase by his side, they set out to find Mike. Upon reaching the cabin, they saw the door ajar and soon spotted Mike emerging from the woods with injuries on his face. He tried to flee upon seeing them, but Chase stopped him. After a tense moment, Mike finally began to trust them and explained what had happened. Months earlier, Mike had been caught taking photos of compromising documents and was fired. However, the documents revealed a dark secret. The police captain was taking bribes to cover up illegal activities of an influential businessman. Mike was dismissed to silence him, but he continued trying to expose the truth. On the day of the incident, Mike was wearing his uniform for a meeting with the police chief, but he was ambushed by 3 men sent by the captain, who didn't want his investigations to continue. Mike escaped, wounded and frightened, and used a dummy in his uniform to mislead his pursuers while he hid in his grandfather's cabin. At this critical point, Jackson promised to help Mike, but the situation became complicated with the surprising appearance of the captain, armed and determined to keep the secrets from being revealed. In a surprising move, Chase leaped at the captain, knocking him down. Jackson quickly acted to arrest him, neutralizing any imminent threat to Mike. With this, Mike was reinstated, and Jackson was promoted to captain. They joined forces to build a solid case against the businessman, resulting in the fall of his empire and his imprisonment. What did you think of this story? Like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.